Please be advised that everything in my video is purely for entertainment purposes. These are purely my thoughts and opinions and are subjective. I must advise you to please do your own research. All media users found on the public domain and are fair use and fair dealings.
Hey you guys, back again. Well, there's so much going on, isn't there, at the moment? I mean, every day, how many stories are coming out? But miraculously, Meghan has been spotted again. I mean, I know that she was hounded by the media in the UK, you know, she got caught by paparazzi all the time. Oh no, wait. No, she didn't. But since she's been back in Canada, since her and Harry have had some little time apart, bang, she's back in the newspapers. So what is she in the newspapers for now? Well, she went to collect a friend from Vancouver Airport, parked outside, naturally was in the driver's seat. And lo and behold, I can't believe it, there was a splash photographer waiting there in the exact same spot, I mean, where she was going to be parked. Obviously, Meghan was in a driving seat, so, you know, she got, like, literally the best shots, but she didn't look like she was enjoying it at all, did she? I mean, she didn't look particularly happy, knowing that the photographer must have been stood there taking Lord knows how many shots. And again, it's Splash News. Splash News, who do the paparazzi shots for the Kardashians, Splash News, who did the paparazzi shots for Meghan, and Splash News, who Harry successfully sued. So Vancouver Airport is not somewhere that photographers would be hanging out just in case they spot someone famous. And lo and behold, this person knew exactly when Meghan was going to be there collecting her friend. So obviously Meghan is now back to doing what she used to do, arranging these set-up shots. Oh my God, you literally couldn't believe how quickly that she has gone back to merching Meg, freebie Meg, photo opportunity Meg. So I don't understand why it's not being picked up that these are the ones that Harry sued, but well, I'm sure it will be uncovered in 6 months' time. That seems to be the slowness of the media picking up everything that we've been saying. So speaking of setups, Meghan, yesterday it was reported that she went and visited a women's shelter. Turns out it wasn't quite as selfless as that. Her assistant had hastily tried to get her in there the day before and asked, please could Meghan come along? Please can Meghan come along? And they obviously welcomed her there, but she didn't actually visit any of the women that are being helped by the shelter. No. All of the pictures that were released were pictures of her with the staff. She was there to lift their spirits. And on her second leg of the day of her visiting places, it was noted that she was wearing a different necklace. So it's come out today that Holly Bartlett, who is a jewellery designer, gifted, hand-picked a beautiful piece from her collection to give Meghan as a gift. It doesn't say that she was there and she gave it to Meghan, but she obviously gave it to the girls to hand over. Bearing in mind this was set up the day before. So obviously, you know, hastily they managed to get in touch with a designer and, you know, give Meghan this lovely necklace. And it's quite a pretty necklace. Probably end up in the drawer with all her other trinkets, but Meghan, you know, wore it, and of course they've put, you know, the artist and designer. Well, that's pretty much Meg merching again, isn't it? 'Cause now this designer's got lots of coverage. The bit I find also odd about this is Meghan being the humanitarian that she is. She's not going to these places and giving donations or trying to help out or just secretly turning up like what Diana used to and, you know, actually just go there and say hello to these women. What about the actual women? That surely would have uplifted some of their spirits, but I suppose it's security concerns because Meghan has to have more security than any other members with the exception of the Queen. But I just find it bizarre that this humanitarian's going to a charity that is helping homeless women on the streets and Meghan's the one that's getting gifts. She's a millionaire in her own right. Well, I say that if she gets to trade off this whole Sussex royal crap that the palace are trying to stop or at least slow down. But she's basically back to accepting freebies. This is pre-Harry Meghan, pre-Duchess Meghan, isn't it? This is what she used to do. She was proud of it. She always used to brag about how she goes to all these places and gets as many freebies as she can. Has this woman not got enough in her life now? So Harry had an engagement yesterday. It is, you know, some people are saying it's his last official engagement. He still had a face like a slapped ass, didn't look like he wanted to be there. He did lighten up a little bit. He played with the kids outside in Buckingham Palace Gardens. At one point it looked like he was trying to teach them sex education. He was doing very, very odd hand gestures. And yeah, later on he then went in to present the draw for the Rugby World Cup 2021 to see who's going to be playing who. And yeah, at one point it did look like Harry had got his balls back. And let's be fair, with the leaks that are now coming out from Meghan's friends, Harry's going to need a pair of balls to actually stand up to his wife, because I can't believe that he is letting her trash his family. Now, obviously the Queen has given in to them leaving. We don't know how far the Queen has given in to their demands, and I say demands, the blackmail. Do you remember the fact that they turned around and said that through Tom Bradby, that if the demands of Harry and Meghan were not met, if they didn't get the best financial deal, then they're going to do a tell-all interview on TV talking about the sexism and racism of the royal family. Sorry, that's nothing more than cheap-ass blackmail. Absolutely disgusting. So anyway, the Queen has been very, very gracious, and they're still in talks about, you know, what they're going to do with it. So what pops up? One of Meghan's friends, or several of Meghan's friends, who knows, through People magazine, which we know, we've seen this gameplay before. Meghan doesn't speak directly to the press, but she gets her friends to leak, and of course it's People magazine. But I must admit, even I wasn't prepared for the crap that People magazine have put out, obviously with Meghan's permission. Right, the first bit said that Meghan is relieved that she doesn't have to ask permission to do stuff again. Well, permission, I'm pretty sure Meghan's pretty much done whatever she wanted, and that's what caused the initial problems anyway, from the day she got that ring on her finger. So I find that a bit like... Does that mean she can make lots of merchant deals, which she's obviously back to doing again? She has literally just gone back in record time, back to being that D-list wannabe Kardashian actress, hasn't she? I can honestly say she'll never be as rich or as popular as the Kardashians, because despite how, I suppose, Kim earned her fame and notoriety, I have more respect for the Kardashians since I've seen Meghan come onto the scene. I really do. At least they've earned their own money. I mean, they've always been honest about how they did it and what they've done. They're pretty transparent, whereas Meghan, not so much. She's a crafty devil, that one, isn't she? So the next line of utter BS that's come out of it is Meghan had to leave the royal family. It was a matter of life or death. Not death of her, but the death of her spirit. Oh my God, did someone, I mean, a poor person that had to type that up at People magazine. I hope they had a waste paper basket next to them. Oh dear God, what a load of utter tripe. And then the final bit that this friend has disclosed is that Meghan had to take Archie away. She had to, because of the toxic environment that he was going to grow up in. She couldn't have that for Archie. The toxic royal family, as awful as they are, yet she still wants to trade off their name. I mean, how can she say that Archie was growing up in a toxic environment because of that family? She never let any of them see him. Archie has been kept away from pretty much all of the family. There was Zara's husband, Mike Tyndall, said that he'd never even met Archie. I mean, the kids weren't allowed anywhere near the precious baby at the polo match. I mean, you know, we saw little Prince Louis coming over trying to interact. Meghan just literally had the death stare and was glaring at everyone. I don't know what had happened to her and Harry that day, whether it was an argument, but she's slinging that baby around like it was a sack of potatoes. And she just looked mean and nasty, apart from the occasional smile at the photographer, because she has that beep, 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 bong, there it is. Hi. So she has a knack for it, doesn't she? But I mean, how offensive. You're getting what you want. You've taken Harry, not taken Harry away. I take that back. She is not in control of him. But Harry's made the decision to leave behind his duty, his family, his everything. Yet she's still taking a swipe at his family. Meghan, you've won. You've won. You have done everything you set out to do. You have won. But she is still making really nasty comments about the royal family. But as I said, if they were so sexist and so racist and such an archaic institution, she didn't know what to expect. They treated her absolutely abominably. Let go of the titles then, love. Drop the Sussex Royal, drop the Duchess, drop the HRH. Just drop it, walk away from it. You want to be independent, show the world that you and Harry want to be independent. Why would you still want to be trading off the family that have made your life hell for 20 months, that could have ruined your child's upbringing? Shut up. And on top of that, with the fact that Archie doesn't see his family, he doesn't even see his bloody parents. Where the hell is that poor kid? What is he, 8 months old now? How many times are they going to leave him? Harry's in the UK, Meghan's in Canada, neither of them are with him. There's no baby seat in the back of that Land Rover. That kid is going to grow up thinking the nanny is its parents, and I find that so bloody sad that she's got the cheek to slag off the Cambridges and how they bring up their children. those children are growing up perfectly well-rounded and lovely. They look a delight. They're a delight on camera. I think Catherine has definitely interjected from the Middleton side, just a different aspect from not growing up in the royal family herself, and I think those kids are turning out brilliantly. Meghan could have done the same for Harry, and yeah, she hasn't really. Between them, they are just a wrecking ball at the moment. I think both of them need to seriously have their heads assessed. Who knows, hopefully one day when Archie gets older, he'll be able to plan his own escape. Now, speaking of escapes, the press have hunted down Trevor Ingleston. He looks quite happy, to be fair. He said that he wasn't gonna comment on any of it, but I can imagine that guy is laughing into his newspaper most mornings. He had the greatest escape of all of them. Talk about dodging a bullet. And he upgraded. He's got himself a lovely new wife. He seems incredibly happy, and he's going to have a better life than what he ever would have done with Meghan. And I'm really genuinely, I wish him all the happiness in the world. And to be fair, I think the media need to leave him alone. He served his time. He's done his time. And okay, you've got your picture now on that, but don't be hounding him. They've been hounding poor bloody Cressida, I can't say her bloody name, Harry's ex. You know, I'm surprised they've not got an interview with Chelsea yet. I don't think that the media should be chasing around people's exes at the end of the day. I think Meghan and Harry are causing enough, well, Meghan anyway, single-handedly causing enough drama to keep all of you occupied. So I am not going to cover any of the Sussex shenanigans over the weekend. I don't care what happens. I'm not doing anything until next week. I am, however, working on a special video. Monday is Sophie, the Countess of Wessex's birthday, and I've been promising that I'm going to do a Sophie video for a while. So anything that I do over this weekend to prep for my video on Monday will be about Sophie. Aside from the fact it's Sophie's birthday, I think we could all just do a complete break from Meghan and Harry and all of their silly little dramas. They've become a bit of a laughing stock anyway, haven't they? I don't know how anyone can take them seriously. And I definitely want to spend more time talking about the real royals, because whilst there has been so much coverage about Prince Andrew, about Harry and Meghan, there are so many members of that royal family that are good, that do good work, and they do a lot of charity work. So I am going to start feeding in those videos. So anyway, nice to chat to you. I will try and stay on top of messages when I can. I've had a lot of DMs. I can't stay on top of them. There's so many of you now, but I will try my very best to speak to all of you when I can. Feel free to send me an email, and yeah, I'll see you guys really soon. Bye for now. Have a wonderful weekend.
If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please angry typists, you will be blocked, so save your fingers for time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.